Recording in progress.
Awesome. Awesome. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Oh, fantastic. Well, hey guys, welcome back to another Monday evening edition of Freedom Day training. We're super excited that you're here. I see some new faces there that have come on recently. Sandra's here, Stacy's here, Tina's here, Renee, Joyce, Barb, Brenda, Lisa Bell, my brother Destin, Janet, Terry, Izzy's in the house, and Eartha's here. Vicky's here. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. But anyways, I just want to congratulate you guys for spending some time with us and just pouring into your business and your relationships like we're trying to pour into yours as well. This week, we want to talk. Last week, we're going to recap. Last week, we talked about your belief and possibly some hangups. And we did an exercise to help you. It's called the belief exercise to kind of help you identify where your hangup might be as it relates to building your relationships, which means building your business. So that's what we did last week. And we're going to go back and we're going to recap on the whole concept that we're trying to work with here. What we're trying to do is help you guys at the very basic have more conversations, because conversations lead to invitations. Invitations lead to a destination where there's more information so they can make a decision whether they're ready or they're not ready. That's basically what it is. A no just means they're not ready. So that's what it is. More conversations lead to more invitations to a destination where there's more information. That's all we're doing. And how are we doing that? We're playing 21 every day. We're reaching out to 2 people and inviting them to connect. And we're talking to at least one person every day. That's 21, playing 21. So we can ABC, so we can ask questions, be curious. Last week, we talked about a way that you can go and watch Curiosity-Based Prospecting by Richard Bliss Brooke. If any of you watched that, maybe we'll talk about that when we get done tonight. But it's just a way that you can be more interesting or more interested than being interesting. So anyways, it's just a way to get your conversations flowing so that we can build value and interest with a solution that might serve them. So we invite them to a Zoom or we invite them to a video. That's our invitation process. And then we connect with them. That's the C, A, B, C. We connect with them, answer their questions, see where they're at, take their temperature on a scale of 1 to 10, And then we're going to go into the 1, 2, 3 part, but we're not going to do that tonight. Tonight, what we want to talk about is a very important piece in helping everybody get their new person started right. And it's called the Freedom Day call or welcome call. It's a welcome call regardless. But what you want to do, you get somebody signed up, you want to schedule a time with your sponsor, with your new person, so we can do a welcome call with them. We can kind of figure out where they're at, introduce ourselves. The most important part of the welcome call, guys, is to make them feel amazing about the decision that they made to join us. That's the most important part of the welcome call. Then from there, we figure out, is this someone that wants to build a business? Is this someone that just wants to use it as a customer and enjoy it that way? And if it's someone that just wants to be a customer and they just want to use it and enjoy it, that's all we do. We welcome them. We take them. Then the next step we're going to do is we're going to do a little back office walkthrough with them. We're going to make sure they know how to navigate in the back office, how to look around, answer questions for them. Now, if they want to be a builder, if they want to make money with this, that's a freedom call, guys. Because your Freedom Day, every single person on here has a Freedom Day. And that day has a number associated with it. Wouldn't you agree? There is a number that at which point you would say, that's it. I can walk away from whatever I'm doing and own my life. Have the time, the money, and my health to do what I want to do when I want to do it. That's your Freedom Day. Somebody that wants to build this business and create that kind of income, that's a Freedom Day call. Not only are you going to welcome them, Not only are you going to do what I just said and share, we're going to drill down. What are your goals? How much money would you like to make each month? Okay, we're going to drill down. With everybody, we want to make sure they have all the tools they need. Your number, your sponsor's number. We want to make sure they know how to go through the back office to go to Travorium University. We want to make sure they have access to the tools so that they can build their business. We're going to see if they want to take the 30-day challenge. That should be asked of everybody that wants to build a business regardless. If you want to be a customer, would you like to take the 30-day challenge and get your membership paid for? Would that serve you? That question needs to be asked of everybody, regardless of where they are, whether they're a customer or a partner, because there's a no-lose situation with that. If you get your 3, fantastic, you unlock everything. If you don't get your 3, but you're happy being a customer, fantastic. So anyways, I had made some notes today for this. Make sure you're answering all their questions. I think it was 2 trainings ago, Barb had a great idea. Store some videos on your phone for quick reference. So when you're helping them get started, give them the videos so that they can put them on their phone so they have them for quick reference. Make sure they have your phone number, your sponsor's phone number, if they can reach out.
And she did that by
Yeah.
saving them on iPhone. You have access to notes. I'm sure you Android people you can chime in and say how to do it. I don't have one anymore. I'm a convert. My son for Christmas one year asked me to be a convert and I did. It's super bizarre, but love my iPhone now. So
Yeah, so either phone, I'm sure there's a way for you to store them for quick reference and stuff. And one of the most important things we need to make sure when we're starting people is that we know what it is that they want to do, and then we set the right expectations. We did this on a call, I think maybe it was week 3 or week 4. We want to make sure we set the right expectations for people. Okay, we don't want to be telling them that we're going to build this business for them. You know, you want to make sure they know that if this business succeeds, it's because they did the work. They got to do their own push-ups. We're here to work with them and help them build this, not for them. Okay? We need to make sure we're not telling them they're going to get all these people that are just going to come in from above. Don't do that, you guys, because you're going to set the wrong expectation. There are 3 ways people will come into your business. Someone can come in from above. More than likely, you're going to be putting somebody in, okay? Or your sponsor is going to be putting somebody in, which would be from above, or they themselves underneath you will be putting somebody in. But set the right expectation from the very beginning. Let them know, hey, it's going to take 6 months. Give it 6 months. What's going to change in 6 months in your life anyways? It's going to be not much, right? So give it at least 6 months. So set the right expectations for the new person when they come in, so there's not these issues later. The other thing is make sure they know when they join, there is that 7-day waiting period for them to access the travel site and the Dreamcation platform. They know that there is going to be that authentication process that they're going to have to go through. They will have access to Plum Benefits right away, but make sure they know that too. So set the right expectations. So that's really it on the training tonight, because what I want you to understand, and what I needed to go back to on this, was how important the welcome call was, guys. If someone just joined your business, how awesome it, and you're going to do a little, you're telling them, let's get together for 30 minutes. I want to do a little back office walkthrough, and your sponsor comes on and welcomes them, you know, tells them maybe a little bit about what they've done and how the trips they've taken, makes them feel great that they're going to be supported. And then if they want to build a business, of course, you're going to take them down a different road if they want to build a business, right? You're going to help them make sure all those things. But that is a duplicatable process that every one of you can do and should be doing when you get a new person. This is why we wanted to slow down the process. Slow it down. It's more important that you work with the person you just signed up than you go and help somebody else get signed up. It's more important that you spend more time helping them get started right than you go sign someone new up. You see, that's digging a foundation. That's what Don Falo would call digging down to bedrock. As a carpenter, I totally get that, right? If we're helping them get started right, what we're doing is we're sponsoring and we're teaching at the same time. We're sponsoring and we're teaching. We're sponsoring and we're teaching. And if we take that down 3 levels and help everybody get U+3, and we go down 3 levels, if something happens to you, there's enough teaching and sponsoring there that they can do the same thing. They don't need you as much anymore. Okay. So we just got to slow down to go fast. Slow down to go fast. It is literally the turtle and the hare, right? It's that whole concept about, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. If it's good enough for the Navy SEALs, guys, it's good enough for us, right? So anyways, that's what the training is this week. And, we can go talk about it and stuff. But the welcome call, when you start somebody, make sure you schedule a 30 minutes to do a back office walkthrough. Find out if they just want to be a customer. They should at least know about the 30-day challenge. Either way. And if they want to be a builder, then we take them down a different road, right? We find out what their goals are, what they want to do, and we kind of work with them. We show them the numbers, how they can hit 1 star, how they can, hit 2 star, stuff like that. But the Freedom Day call and the welcome call, most important thing you can do with a new person, helping them to get started right. Freedom Day call, someone that wants to build the business. You're going to spend more time with them. Welcome call, just someone that would love to save money. The welcome calls can turn into freedom calls though, guys, right? We know that. So anyways, that was a quick training, 15 minutes. It's super important though to have that. So a little bit of recap before we open it up here. We're playing 21 every day so we can ABC, then 1, 2, 3. Concept. We're playing 21 every day so we can ABC, then take them through 1, 2, 3. So next week, we're going to go into step 1, which is really U+3, but there's a lot to unwrap right there in the U+3. Because if that's all you ever did in this company, you'll hit the top ranks, guys. Everybody on here will be an ambassador. If you just do U+3 and you help them do U+3, but there's some things to unwrap there. So anyways, that's all I wanted to share on this week's training, was to make sure that we're doing a welcome call and identify whether or not they want to be a partner or a business builder, have additional income, or they just want to enjoy this product. And we love on them that way. So I'm going to throw it back to you, Barb and Hillary, for some questions and maybe some wins and challenges this week.
Awesome. I wanted to take back controls. I want to add something to what you just said. I really am glad that you covered this, and love you to death, Randy. But I do want to say, when I was started, I don't recall having a back office walkthrough, and I heard about it first time was at OG University with Daryl Maria, and I went to 3 of them, and that was the one thing they said, and it helped me greatly. I was a bit nervous about using the platform. I'm a busy entrepreneur. I run a business. I don't have time to figure it out.
Yeah.
So when I started poking in, and then I started training my team that way, got a new person, did a back office walkthrough, or we call it now, it's got a name to it, but it's the same difference. Show them how to use the platform. They're more likely to use it. They're more likely to see the value in it, and they're more likely to go on a world tour. And that's my goal for people when I first walk them through, is like, here, use the travel site, book something, then as quickly as you can. It might take you 6 months, or if you want to do it quicker, like I just did today, is buy another 2,000 points because I want to go somewhere and I just don't ever have enough points. So that has really been a huge win for me, and now I'm doing it for my team members. I basically have walked through all of Michael's people, and Sandra's on here on the call because she was somebody I did a walkthrough with, and so we could hear from her because she just had hers like a week or 2 ago, and find out how helpful it was for her, and feedback. You're like, maybe there's better things I could have done. But I'm finding that the people, since I've been doing this, are actually booking more travel. And I tell them, if you're still not booking travel, you're still confused because it can be confusing. We have 6 different platforms, not including the incentive trip. It's a lot, people, and not everybody wants to take the time. But of course, now we have the new travel site. You could even ask chat, which I use today quite a bit. It's just so amazing, but still, it takes a little bit of getting used to. And so, along the lines of that, I did a second back office walkthrough with a team member that was overwhelmed. Obviously, she didn't take the time to learn it. And so it's my friend, my hairdresser. Every time I get my hair done, she goes, "Wow, every time I see you, you remind me how great this is." But of course, I'm waiting to use it when I go to Italy this one time. And I haven't gone to Italy yet. And I'm like, she doesn't quite see it. So I did another back office with her on Sunday. And we found out there's a world tour in Venice and she's considering going. And so it may not work for her, but it doesn't matter. And then she's like, okay, now I think I get it. She has a lot of points. She's like, if I don't use the world tour for my trip to Italy, she's going for 2 weeks. She's definitely going to use one of the 3 travel sites that we have. Or, she doesn't want to do a getaway because she's not doing 7 days, but now she understands it better. And I gave her the concept of how much she's saving by using the travel site. And then she's going to go possibly do a world tour after her Italy trip. And so I'm helping her shift out of this is the only trip I can afford. I'm like, well, you actually, now that you're saving so much money, you can go on more than one trip, you know? Because she had a bad experience and went to Dominican Republic, not this year, but last year, and spent so much money. And so I was like, well, I could help save you money and it would be a better experience. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's just my
Yeah.
2 cents on the back office walkthrough. Does Sandra want to
Well,
come on or somebody else and talk about
you
it?
you just
Come on.
you just explained why we need to do this. We didn't have these systems when you got started.
I know, and I
Everybody
don't
was
mean to be
new.
mean or
So we didn't,
anything.
the reason we're doing this, guys, the reason we're doing this is so we have something that's recorded, some kind of little systems in place that you can go back to and you have. We didn't
Yeah.
have this when we started. And Hillary wanted a book same day. I didn't even know you couldn't back then.
Oh, I was so mad when
know?
I found out I
So,
couldn't book the
right.
same day.
So, but anyways, that's why we're doing this, guys. We're just trying to help everybody have a track that they
Yeah.
can run on that's maybe simple, keeping it super simple, like Barb says. Keep it super simple for everybody. So, but yeah, let's open it up.
So yeah, I think I had the back office walkthrough with you, Hillary. It was a little bit quick because of my I didn't really make the time because I'm like, let's just get this done. so so I probably need a refresh.
No problem. I love doing them. So, and they added so many new stuff now, it's even more confusing. And a confused mind doesn't stick around, And so that's my big thing is let's help our team not be confused. Let's help them use what they're sitting on. And then this whole concept of we have other options in the plum benefits, which is like, how do you even get there? To save money on a washer or dryer, $10,000 on a car, and a Netflix membership or T-Mobile. People don't even know what they're sitting on, and so it's a lot to share in a 30-minute walkthrough, right?
Yeah.
So,
I have a quick question because I'm new to this whole thing. So what is ABC? I know I got C Connect, but what's A and B?
Randy, you want to come on?
That's a great question. So what was A and B?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, we do have these things recorded on my YouTube, so we'll show you how to get to those. But the concept is play 21 so you can have more conversations, reach out to 2 people, talk to 1.
Okay. Okay.
A is, so we can have conversations. A is in the conversation, you're asking questions. That's all you're doing is being
Writing
curious.
this down. So hold on, I got to put the phone down. Okay, asking questions.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And the reason we're asking questions is because they may reveal a pain point or a passion point, which we can come back to and say, hey, Sandra, when you said you really needed to make some extra money, were you serious about that? And then when you say, yeah, absolutely, I'm serious about that, that's where your invitation is. Well, I've got something that's working for me. It might work for you too. If I sent you a Zoom would you take a look at it? It's 10 minutes long. If I send it to you now, when do you think you could watch it? So that's the B part. The C part is after they've watched it. Okay, you follow up with them when you said you would to see what they liked about it. And the C is connect with them and with your sponsor if necessary. Sometimes you won't have, a sponsor come on and help, but you want to connect with them afterwards. So it's ask questions. Questions lead to B, which is building value and interest with a solution. Okay, you send them a video or a Zoom. And the C part is the follow-up, where you ask questions. You connect with them to see what they liked best about what they saw.
Gotcha.
That's what the C is. So it's A, B, C.
Okay.
It's literally having conversations so you can do invitations to a destination where there's more information. So we're just trying to be consultants here. We're just trying to give you answers to all your questions. And if we keep feeding you what you want, then eventually you'll make the best decision for yourself. So that's what we're trying to do.
Got it.
And our team here, Sandra, is that we don't tell people they're doing it wrong. We invite you to figure out what works best for you. So Randy mentioned a whole lot just now, and I'm sharing in the chat here. You can look at it. I personally have found better success utilizing the Zoom calls, and there's a lot of them. But I personally like Daryl and Maria's. I can actually offline it and talk to you about any of this stuff. There's lots of resources that I can get you access for. But other people are using this 10-minute video, or there's a 20-minute video. And what we recommend is find out what's best for the person you're talking to, or what you kind of connect with. And then, so there's no wrong way. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person. Eventually, people, after they say no a million times, or they don't, and they just like me, and I want to sign me up. I'll figure it all out later. I was too busy. I just knew I wanted to save money on travel. I didn't know I wanted to create a business, but I always knew that was in the background. But
That's
one thing,
kind of like what that's like me. Yeah. How I think I'm getting into this.
yeah, and that's why I'm saying, don't worry. We call it failing forward. You can't fail as long as you don't quit. But if you get a few no's, it's not the end of the day. And Tina Noel and I have talked great about collecting no's, or whatever the scenario is you put on your magic jacket that bounces all the negativity off. But the reality is we're sharing something we find a lot of value in. We want to invite people to it. But Barb had a significant thing I would love for her to share real quick, that it could be helpful for you to hear, that she talked about 3 meetings ago. Barb, can you come on and talk about connecting with people? Because to me, that's the key to all of this.
So you might have to remind me.
I forget, Brandy, where is the ABC? Is C connecting? But
Oh, just connect. Okay, so don't focus on the enrollment. Focus on.
Yes, exactly. And people
Okay.
may not understand that concept, but you think you're going to try to sponsor somebody. It's not about
Right.
sponsoring. It's about connecting.
Yeah, that's the A
Right.
part. That's the
Okay.
A part. Yeah.
Hey, we should
Yeah.
maybe change it.
Yeah, I found him once I first started. I was so focused on the enrollment that I was, scaring people away. But when I focused on connecting with people and hearing, what they needed in their lives, how I could be a solution for them, then I was focused on their needs, not my needs. So I was connecting with them. So forget about the enrollment and just connect with people. And I found that works so much better for me.
And then what she means is the concept of sales is know me, like me, trust me. But if they
Right.
don't think that you care about them, she just wants to get me in her latest whatever, or it's a pyramid scheme, or a million things they could say, right? But if they know that you care about them, they're gonna go, okay, she's presenting something I can believe in because she cares about me. It's like such a subtle thing, but it's everything.
Well, if you just think about it, like, how do you feel if someone's trying to sell you something?
Mhm.
People don't want to be sold. They want to buy things. They don't want to be sold. So if someone comes up and they're super salesy, that right away just turns me off. And so I'm trying to be that person that I'm just connecting with people to find a solution or a need or a value for that person because I care about them. So connecting with them and not focusing on their enrollment.
Awesome, awesome. Appreciate you reiterating that. We talked about that on a couple
Yeah.
meetings, but to me, I swear we could bring it up every time. So I'm going to ask you again, I'm sure. Was there something else that you wanted to say before we open it up to everybody to do their shares and challenges or questions? I know there were a bunch of questions.
Yeah, nope, I'm good. I think we're, just building that belief and building that confidence. And I think that's the goal right here, is to be present here with you guys to support you in building the belief and supporting you in that process.
Absolutely. I just want to put another plug in here for Curiosity-Based Prospecting by Richard Bliss Brooke. If you go and watch that, you will see exactly what Barb is talking about.
Did
Because
somebody write
you,
the name in there
yeah,
so I don't have to try to
I think
remember?
Sarah Peace did already.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Because if you watch that, that's all about just being curious about someone. And if you're curious about someone and you make them feel like they're the most important person, all of a sudden you become a pretty interesting person. But if you're just asking them question after question after question, you're just following them wherever they go.
Is that a movie?
No, it's actually a training.
Oh, a
It's
training. Okay, on
yeah,
Trevorium.
it's
Okay.
on YouTube. It's
Oh,
on YouTube.
okay. Curiosity based.
Curiosity-Based Prospecting by
Okay.
Richard Bliss Brooke.
Okay.
Yeah, and Sarah wrote it up as you scroll up in the messages, Brenda, under Brenda. Love it. We hear some feedback from people. How's things going for people? Anybody have any challenges? They have any shares, any wins?
Hey guys, this is Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Hey,
I'm running
Kelly.
around all over the place. First day at my new job and I love it so far. So you're gonna see the good side of me from now on. Um,
We love
something
it.
that something that I wanted to kind of put in the back of your mind as well. When you're prospecting and reaching out to people, think about how you're coming across to them and think about how you would want to be prospected. Like Sarah is my upline. Everybody knows Sarah. Sarah's so sweet. She's so kind. And I tell you what I did initially when she reached out to me, I looked at her profile. I saw that she was successful and she was so sweet and so patient. I was like, you know what? I bet we can be friends. I bet we can be business partners. So think about how you're coming across to people too, you know. Is this how you would want to be reached out to? So that's all I want to say.
You also have the anybody heard of the personality styles and the colors, and some of that might be the colors coming into play, and the whole concept of appealing to the different types of people. Great share. Thank you.
Does everybody know what she's talking about the colors?
No, I don't.
Okay, so blue personality is kind of the partier. They're really excellent salespeople. Like, they can pretty much sell anything. They're always on the go. They have a very short focus, so they're just quick on their feet. They're always going. Somewhat kind of controlling, but not very much. They just like to party. They like music, they love the arts, they love crafts, that kind of thing. Yellows are very family oriented, very nurturing, very caring. They're very outward focused people. They're nurses, doctors, social workers, daycare providers. They're very outward focused and they really care about people. Those people are going to be kind of, not always, this is not always the case, but they're going to be kind of reserved and more introverted. Greens are analysts. They're very data oriented. They love the data. So if you come across somebody that's a green personality, they just want more and more and more and more and more information. You just got to be careful not to give them too much information because they can get data paralysis. They are somewhat controlling as well. And then you got the red personalities. They're extremely controlling. Those are your CEOs, your business owners, they're entrepreneurs. They like to make money, and they're very outward spoken. They're most of the time not inward. Well, they're kind of inward and outward. It just depends on the person, but they're very controlling. So they like numbers, they like business. They're focused on business, and they're self-motivated. Does that help?
Yes, very much.
And
Thank you.
one more thing I wanted to add to that. So I'm a blue. I'm just a blue. And when Sarah approached me about this business, I didn't need to know all the details. I just wanted to know, is it legit? Is it fun? Send me your link. Okay. My friend Stacy is a green. Now, Stacy, it took me a while to get her to come over to our side because she needed to know every bit of detail. So these, oh, yeah, Anyway,
I love you, Kelly.
I love you too. But you came. So anyway, so you have to be patient with greens sometimes, and wait for them to ask you questions and then you be ready to have an answer. The other thing is, you were talking about a short video or a long video. Sarah's really good about asking, do you want us to just hit the high notes and everything and the main things about it, or do you need more details? So you can send them a shorter video for people who don't want all the ins and outs, and then a longer video for the greens.
Right. And it's not stereotyping people. It's just kind of, it's one of these things that everybody has their dominant side. So they operate from one space. So I'm a very red personality, but I can be a yellow and I can be a green. You have the capability of hitting all of those personalities, but you have that one personality that's the most dominant, and that's where it's going to come out.
But on vacation, she's pure blue and she just wants a party.
Yep.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, I've met you at several conferences.
Yeah.
You don't seem like that.
No, that's why I'm laughing. She thinks she's a red. I don't think so. But
Oh,
the
I'm a red.
concept here is that we're all of these, and we're all going to
Yes.
talk to all four of these. So we want all four types on our team.
Yes.
And as much as the questions that a green one asks you, they are the most loyal. They will never quit. If they love you, they will never quit, even if they don't have the success they want. So we want all four of these on our team. It's what makes a good team, just so we know.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the
I'm a
one-
mutt.
Oh, go right ahead. Sorry,
You're a
Brenda.
mutt?
That's all right. I'm a mutt because
Okay.
I'm all of them.
We
Yeah.
love mutts.
It's okay to be a mutt. And I was just gonna say, like, there's certain personality types that everybody has, and certain things serve you in the times that other things don't. So when I'm on vacation, I let go of all the control and I can be a blue. And then when I'm focused on my grandbabies, I'm all about being a yellow. When I'm doing taxes, I'm all about being green. So it's not that you have to be one, you have to pigeonhole yourself. It's just one, you just use those colors to your advantage and have it serve you.
Barb, that was a great explanation on the color personalities. I also put a little graphic in the comment section below for people that wanted a little bit more details on it.
I took as quick notes as possible. I may have left out a few things, but you could Google like color or personality styles.
So I put in the chat, I know somebody, her name's Sonia Stevens. She worked for, I think, World Ventures, and she just wrote a book. It's very small. It's only like less than 100 pages. And it's everything she knew coming from somebody that didn't network marketing. That was her first one, and she learned a mentor, but she goes in detail of all the colors, simplifying I've done it before because everybody is like combined in colors and you just have to find at that time, like I knew I was a blue, but I didn't know why I was so squirrely. I plant a lot of nuts, truthfully. I have a lot of friends.
Sarah,
They just don't
isn't there,
follow
don't you
through.
have some color personality posts on our team page too?
Mm-hmm.
I do, and I just posted the graphic below for you guys too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So a quick plug for Sarah is that she is queen of our team for doing posts for us, for creating content and videos and reels. And we've got other groups. If some of you want to join, we're happy to share. We don't want to overwhelm people because all my team is only on one group, I think. But if you want more support, then and Sarah's in my group, so if you have questions for Sarah, you can ask her, and Randy's in our group too, so you can ask them. But we have probably more support than we need, and I try to not overwhelm people. So, but they're, I pretty much copy people's posts. It's usually Barb or Sarah or somebody else, unless I'm inspired, or unless I go on a trip, I do my own. But don't be afraid to copy people's posts, and is part of that's part of your prospecting, is doing social media stuff.
Yeah, and when you're doing social media posts and you're going to copy, which I have done, but you always want to change it up, because if you do it exactly the same, it messes up the rhythm of Facebook. So, or the other social media. So you always want to change something so it doesn't look like Facebook is saying, oh, this is identical, so this is, we don't need to show this. So change it up, make it yours, make it sound like you. And people are going to react to it because it sounds like you, because people want to be friends with you on Facebook or social media or whatever. So just change it. But if anybody needs any help with any kind of video content, I'm not no expert. I just literally, I fail forward. I just get in there and play and mess around, and something happens, and it is what it is. So if you guys need help, I'm more than happy to help. Or if you want to use any of my videos, I'm more than happy to share.
It's also funny when you start refabbing someone's post and everything. If they're a different color personality and you switch it up, you can see, because like I've borrowed things from people who are red personalities and I've just made it all sparkly and fun, but that's what makes it so fun.
Well, can we hear from some of the quiet people?
I'll also share too, that's very important what Barb said about switching up posts because of the Facebook algorithms. However, I utilize ChatGPT a lot, and it's an app, it's free, you don't have to pay for it. And you can literally say, make this post sound like the yellow personality, or make this, so you can actually, or just say, tweak this, maybe make this a little bit more simple and concise, according to my personality. And it's crazy because that ChatGPT will get to know you a little bit more. And I use that a lot. So you could literally plug in my post and just say, hey, can you change this up? This is what I wanted to say too. And that's ChatGPT for anybody that was wondering.
There's another app that Dave told me about too, that's free, guys. It's called Copilot. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it. I think it's a Microsoft app. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, my son was telling me about that.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good one too, just like ChatGPT, and it'll do a lot of stuff. To me, it seemed more user friendly, but maybe that's just me. But there's another option too. So
thank you.
You're welcome.
Who had questions or would like to do a share?
I'll share one other thing too, and then I'll be quiet. But you can actually design a calendar with ChatGPT for an entire month. You could just say, hey, can you design some content for me, based on, like, my ChatGPT knows that I have a lifestyle travel membership and you can earn daily pay. So because it knows that, it will even make specific posts and stuff. But yeah, you can do some pretty crazy things with it. So if you have a hard time with Facebook content or social media content, you can utilize it that way. And if people have questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help in any way.
Sarah, are you doing that on your laptop or are you doing it on your phone?
Mainly on my phone. I have a chat, you just download the app, ChatGPT, and it'll save everything too.
I'm sorry, I missed that because my phone I got disconnected. What you designed a calendar? What was that about?
Yeah, so you can go right into ChatGPT. It's an app, and you can say, "Can you please design a social media content calendar for the next 30 days?" And you can tell it exactly what you want, and it'll
Okay.
spit it out. And if you don't like it, then you can say, "Can you tweak this?" or "Can you change, that last sentence?" I mean, it's pretty wild.
Yes, I'm familiar. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
2 things about social media, guys, that I think people are missing is 1, do you have 5,000 friends? If you do not, my suggestion is to friend 20 people or 40 people a day. If you get put in Facebook jail, you know you've crossed the line. It's not the end of the world. It's a couple of days. They'll tell you to whatever, you're spamming people or whatever. But my suggestion is you need to have a bigger audience. Don't be afraid of inviting people. I have suggestions around this. I don't want to go into details now. And then number 2, social media will only get you so far. So pick up the phone, be a Keith Brown, pick up the phone, talk to people. I think that's a much better way. If you only do your business on social media, like what Jeanette and Todd are doing, is actively seeking out experiences where they go meet people they don't know. Because we all know in this business, if you go to your friends and family and they say no, you feel like a little puppy with your tail between your legs because they didn't join. And it's not about you, right? It's about them and their belief systems. And sometimes it's easier to go to strangers first.
That's a great point there, Hillary. You guys, the no's are going to build our character, and the yeses, they're going to build our business. So everybody's going to get those no's. I think Brenda wants to say something.
Also, if you get 5,000 on your Facebook and you got people that are not doing anything, I just did this today and I went in and said all these people that I didn't have interaction, I deleted them so I can get new people.
Yep. Good job.
That's a good thought. Thank you. So I am a children's book author, so I had a thought about combining things just to make myself, I don't know, my life a little simpler. So I'm coming up with some characters that are taking some trips. I don't know where it'll go, but it will give me an opportunity to open some more doors, like when I speak at authors meetings and things like that. It's just an idea. If you don't have that talent, use the talents that you do have to kind of combine things. It will probably make your life a little easier. Just a thought.
And who is that talking?
That's Lisa Bell. Sorry. You want me to turn? I can turn this thing around. I didn't have any makeup on. So.
Oh, thank you for sharing. I just didn't recognize your voice, and we want to hear from everybody. So thank you for sharing. And now I know who you are.
I'd like to share something. I feel kind of dumb on Facebook. I'm sure y'all know. I did not know that people could be asking you information and stuff, and there is a spam button.
Yes.
I did not know that. I have people for a year ago that was asking me about the business. So when I clicked on it, there was about 25 people asking me about my Branson and how I saved so much. So didn't care. Even though it was a year ago, I went back to them. Out of the 25, I'm still talking to about 10 of them, that are interested. But I didn't know that button was there. So
I don't know what button you're talking about.
You do know?
No,
what
can you
was
show
that
it?
button again? Because I don't remember seeing it either.
Yeah.
I don't either. It says spam on it.
Nobody knows what you're talking
So
about.
I can actually expand on that. So when you're not friends with somebody, messages automatically go into an unfiltered message folder, basically AKA spam. So yeah, you guys may have messages in there. I mean, some of them are probably not real legit, but there's some people that may be reaching out to you, especially if you're posting a lot on social media. And sometimes I forget to look, but yeah, you should always be checking that folder as well.
So it's the message request that you're not friends with.
Oh, message request?
Yeah, and right beside the request is spam.
Oh, and then there's spam. Oh my God.
Yeah, I had a lot of them. I don't even know how it clicked.
My
And
God,
this lady,
they're studs.
yeah, this lady goes, I've been waiting for like 6 months for you to answer me.
Oh my God, I had no idea. I learned something.
Oh my gosh, I have tons too.
Oh my God.
So
Who
just wanted to
share
share
Is
that with you. That was my win for last week. And then also, I know a lot of you know this, you've been in social media, but what works for me is when I make a post, I never hit the like button or the heart button. I comment back to them, I respond to them. I go later on in the evening or maybe even the next day and hit the like button. So that way it just starts that post all over again. So I don't know if that'll help anybody, but it does help me.
Amazing. That's the best thing I've heard in weeks. Thank you so much. I'm like, do you guys feel like you just had a big present?
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Renee. The other thing
Sometimes it
too, I
shows and
don't,
sometimes it doesn't.
Can you
The
guys
spam box.
show where what you guys are talking about with the spam?
I
Like, where is
can.
it?
So it's under,
Yeah, I don't see it either.
okay, go to your messenger.
Are you guys talking about phone or desktop? That might make the difference too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on my phone right now, but if
On
you go
This
phone.
is on my phone. So
Messenger.
mine's under the chat where it says chat.
Oh, it
And
doesn't show.
down you go past.
Mine says,
Do you want me
like
to
this.
screenshot mine?
yeah, message request is what it is. Under Messenger. Do you see that?
Hit the hamburger little menu button and it goes down right under marketplace. It says message request.
And there's who you may know, and then there's a second one. It says spam. There's a million in the spam that I never knew were there.
Whoa.
A million. Like
Well,
I'll be here for
Now I
days.
see it. Oh my
you guys have a
gosh.
lot of leads. That's exciting.
It is.
Who
The other
who
thing too,
suggested that? Was it Lisa? Who suggested that?
It was
Renee.
Renee.
Renee, thank you.
And that's funny
Cannot
because
still
I've
find it,
been
so I have no idea.
Well, I
I've
feel
been
better now.
checking the message request, but I didn't even look at the spam part. So I've got even more. It was
Yes.
right there. Oh my
Yeah. I thought I was the only one that had no clue about it, but I'm glad I shared it.
I don't understand why it shows sometimes and sometimes it doesn't.
You can turn on your notifications, so it'll let you know as well. Just go into your settings and it'll let you know that there's something in there waiting.
Just be careful of creepers, right?
Right.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of them are spam.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got
if
most of
there
them
might
is
be a reason
spam.
why it's in there, so be careful.
Well, that's why you need to go to their profile and see what you can see before you
Mhm.
communicate.
That's what I did. And like I said, it was a post. A couple of times I made a post on another travel thing about my Branson trip and what I saved. Most of those came from that. And I know that they were saying word for word what I posted.
That's amazing.
The other
Wasn't that over a year ago, Renee?
Yes, way over a year ago.
The other thing I'll share, you guys may not know this, this is kind of a newer thing on Facebook, but when you make a post, you can actually go back and you can put @highlight, or if you have a lot of followers, you can do @followers, and you
Yes.
might have a better chance of your post being seen as well.
I was wondering about that. I've seen you do that and other people, but then I seen somebody on my Facebook friends, about 3 or 4 of them were like, I wish you wouldn't say I didn't do it, but someone did. A highlight, and everybody, we don't want to see that. So I was like, oh, I don't want to be, bothering people either. So I guess it bothers some people if they're highlighted or something.
And I think you can only do it once every 24 hours, I believe. But I'll see like where people will highlight and it'll go right into my notifications and I can see their post.
Okay.
Do you see mine then? Because I do it.
Yeah, I've seen you, Brenda, before, and
Sarah?
and
I do it
Sarah.
all the time.
Okay. I do it too. I only had one person come back and say something to me, and all I did was block them.
Yeah, I haven't had anybody
You won't see it
complain.
again. Some guy didn't even know who
Yep.
he was.
Just block.
I
and
just
it's done.
blocked him. I said,
Anybody have any challenges they want to talk about? Get some support? Any wins?
Okay, so this is a challenge and a win, and Sarah's been helping me with this guy. So, like I was talking about, going back to the message requests and just seeing in there, some of them they don't even have a profile picture anymore, so I delete all those. But there have been quite a few that I have gone through, and another thing is, I go in my stories, and if I have a story that people are responding really, really well to, and it's not just our team, it's other people that you haven't recognized, then those good leads too, because they liked it, they saw it. Um, but anyway, so this leader in another company, supposedly the number one leader in Australia, um, liked something. So I went into my messages and I just reached out to him and talked to him and asked him questions and all this. Um, he was a challenge, but I've learned so much from that conversation. He started, I mean, and I started having some responses that seemed better than my average responses, and it was all coming from the heart. So, time after time after time, you're learning when you reach out to these people. Nobody is perfect at this. Um, but that was a challenge. And it was also um, a plus because I learned something from it. And that's what you guys also have to remember. If they turn you down, if they say no, how are you going to respond to that? How are you going to feel about that? So that's something to keep in mind. We all get no's. The majority of our outreaches are no's, but there are also those juicy yeses.
When they say no, I say, do you know anybody else who'd be interested? Send them to me. Or I say, when you're ready, reach out to me. Move on.
I got a no yesterday from a friend, and I figured it was a long shot, but they just got back from going to Versailles, and I went to Versailles, and I just figured I could help them next time. And then he tells me he's retired, and I'm like, well, would you be interested in coming on a Zoom? And he did. And during the Zoom, he goes, this is not for me. Thank you anyway. And then he got off the Zoom, and then I realized afterwards I got asked to be on the Zoom with Daryl Maria. And so I was on the Zoom. And I was like, you missed it right before I was on the freaking Zoom, sharing my story about saving money in Europe and all this. And then, and I said, but that's fine. My response to him initially was, that's fine. You could just go ahead and keep overpaying on travel. I was a real shit. I'm like, I don't necessarily recommend that, but I knew him well enough that he goes, okay, I'll take a second look at this. And I was like, what? I don't know what the lesson is there, but I was just shocked. Yeah.
Hillary, did you clip that? Did you clip your part?
No, I'm gonna do it again though, and Daryl wants to give me a better script because it was literally, he goes, can you come on and share 1 minute about your travels? And he wants to coach me a little bit. So I'm gonna do it again and be on camera because I couldn't figure out how to get on camera. It was literally off the cuff yesterday, and my friend happened to be on. I was just, how many people do you invite on a call and they don't actually go on the call, but he was, and he missed it.
How did you know he was on the call?
He told me, I asked him.
Okay.
I was like, are you on the call? About 10, 20 minutes in. Because I asked him, once you're on the call, after the call, let's get on a phone call. And then I wasn't going to do a three-way with him because I figured that's too salesy. And I know I was going to do the a beta thing and just do a one-on-one. I know him well enough. I know the thing. I'm confident. And so I'll do that at some later point. And the new Hillary is connecting, right? Connecting with an old friend, and gonna wait a few days, and I'll reach back out to him and say, are you ready to do a reconnection or to have me talk about it? So hopefully he'll be open because he wants to save money on travel.
I have a sort of win. It's on the road to a win.
Yeah.
My Rod's cousin, she owns her own tax preparation, and she has a timeshare. And she's been for about a year wanting to get rid of it. And she was going to do this and that to get rid of it and everything. Well, I guess she found a way, which I feel sorry for that family member, but she's got 2 family members are going to take it from her and put it over into their name. And then she's going to be looking at what we have available. And what is real excited about it, she knows lots and lots of people. Like I said, she owns her own business and she's just well known. So hopefully that, she goes, as soon as I get done, I want to talk with Renee as soon as I get this off my list. So I'm like, it's a win, but I feel sorry for the other family members. So maybe she can get involved and maybe they can pass it down to someone else and they can jump aboard.
Does anybody realize that this is a journey? It's not you call them once and they just sign up like me. It's not always the case, right?
Oh no, I've been talking to her for about a year and a half now.
Wow. Did you guys hear that? Don't give up. Who else wants to share?
Way to go, Renee. Yay.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thank you. When it comes to no's, I think I've told you guys, I don't get upset with the no's. I don't know. I've just never been that type of person. I'm like, okay, I'll move on. It's all right, but I keep them, of course, in the back, just waiting for them to come back and then me reach out later. But me, it's just a practice. Well, that was practice for me.
Wow. And have you always been that way?
Yes, everything I've ever done.
Okay, so no's has never bothered you.
Nope, not really. I mean, maybe
Show of hands,
something.
how many people does no's bother them? Am I the only one?
No, they still bother me. I mean, ultimately, you gotta, like Randy says, you gotta kind of divorce yourself from the outcome. I mean, when you're
know.
coming from a sharing, point where you're just sharing from your heart, what you have, it's a lot easier. But I had a pretty hard no from somebody that I used to go to school with before. She'd rather overpay on travel. She'd rather pay retail. It's like, okay, have fun with that.
I know. Some days I can handle it better than others, and it does depend on who it is. We
The
have some
part that gets me is they say they're going to watch the video and they don't watch it.
We
So
got a
I
win
like,
this week. We've been working on taxes. Yay, it's been fun. But the best thing is, since we did sign up for this as a business, we took I don't know how many trips we took this year, because we were gone for 35 days on the one trip, but we ended up getting an extra couple of grand back on our taxes than what we would have gotten back, just because we put this as a business and we could write everything off.
That's amazing.
That was a win. Yay.
Yay.
And we're
Jeanette,
almost done with taxes. Thank goodness.
You need to put a post out there, Stacy.
Huh?
You need to put a post out there about that.
Oh yeah, I sure do. I just gotta make sure I nail down all the truth of it after I talk to Dave, because he's my tax guy.
That's a great point too, with it being tax season, everybody, a lot of people are waiting for those refunds. So
Yeah.
to be able to invest, one time $269.95, and then, the partnership for $79.95. I mean, that's an incredible investment for people, and people are looking for ways to make money and work from home too. So this is the perfect time
Oh
for that.
yeah, especially when all your kids are grown, you don't get those
Mhm.
child tax credits anymore.
Yeah. That's why
And
traveling is great, because it's a tax write-off for your business.
Mhm.
yeah,
We're in the
doesn't,
perfect business, all of us.
yep,
you want to share?
absolutely. I did that with 2 of my income tax refunds invested in 2 different companies, and I've not regretted either one of them. So
Jeanette, did you ever share?
yeah, I just wanted to, I've heard it before, and I kind of just think about that when I do get a no, but it's not a no, it's just a not now. And what you can do is you just kind of kill them with kindness and kind of drip on them and go to their Facebook page and look at their posts and like and comments and, just stay active with that person, and they'll come around again.
Totally. That's a great share.
Well, I've been in, this is Barb. I've been in, going to be 2 years in May, And everybody that I just recently just signed told me no, like 2 years ago. So you just, even though they say no, they're watching. So you just keep dripping on them. They'll come around.
Hillary. Yeah.
Lori,
So Sarah had done a three-way with me. I haven't told Sarah this yet because I got the note today. But it's from a girl that I had gone to school with 10 years ago and in medical assisting. And she's really shy. And the thing she's focusing on is that it's a subscription. She keeps calling it. And I said, I really wish you wouldn't think of it that way. That was my response back to her today. Because it's about starting a business and having time freedom with your baby, because she has a 4-month-old baby. She wants to work from home. And so, I'm like, it's totally okay, but I want you to understand it's not about a subscription. It's about that you're going to make an investment in yourself and your baby. And so I will definitely keep dripping on her, and I will definitely, stay in her spirit, because I really do think this is the answer for her. But right now it's not. And so it's okay. And that's what I told her. So
good for you. That's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah. Any other person want to share? So people we haven't heard from, Joyce and Janet and Jackie. Eartha, we haven't heard from you either. All you quiet people.
We have a brand new person that just started, I think like a week ago, Lena. If you want to come out and say hi, you're brand new.
Oh, we'd love to meet you.
Sorry, I was in the kitchen. I don't have a camera today, so I apologize. But yeah, I'm Lena Spengler. I fall under Barb's line, and it's nice to meet you all.
She's healing from foot surgery.
Yeah, I had a little sexy bunionectomy, so healing from that.
Well, thanks for coming on, and I hope you heal quickly.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Anybody else needs any kind of support?
Eartha, why don't you come on? Quit being so shy.
I'm recouping. I had a fall on my trip, so I'm kind of a little under the weather.
Oh no, what happened?
Just a spill when we were in the Bahamas, and my shoulder is a little sore, my hip is a little sore, but
Yeah,
I had to go back to work today.
Oh no.
It
Didn't
was
you
a
fall in
pain.
Jamaica too?
Hmm?
Did you fall in Jamaica too?
No.
Okay.
I didn't go to
Somebody
Jamaica.
else. I took a fall today.
I'm from
myself.
Jamaica, but I didn't go to Jamaica.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of somebody else. So sorry. But I fell on my bike today. I'm pretty sore.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that you recuperate, but you want to tell us a little bit about your trip?
It was a cruise for the leadership conference hosted by Coach Deborah Taylor and Cynthia Sly.
Oh, that's right. You and Tina.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
right.
need to hear about that.
And we had 2 stops, one in DR and the other in the Bahamas, Bimini Island in the Bahamas.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. This was my second cruise. The first one was so long ago that I don't even count it on Royal Caribbean. So I'm trying to figure out if I'm a cruise person or if I'm not. I'm still debating that one, but it was good. The ship was beautiful. It's about a couple of years old, and the weather was great except for the last day before we got back. It was windy and seas were a little choppy, but it was good connecting with, that's one thing I like about this business. if you're a solo traveler, it doesn't really matter. After a while, you start running into fellow Travorium family members and just reconnecting at different events. So for me, I like that. Even though I'm straying away from the topic here, but
I love seeing all you guys in your red clothes. You know, that was just so beautiful. All you beautiful people.
The food was
hey,
amazing.
Cal. Yeah, but basically that's it. The trip was, like I said, good, but the day before I got back was when I got injured. I had to go to the medics and all that stuff because I was bleeding and so on and so forth. But other than that, and I appreciate these calls, even though I'm quiet.
Well, I'm sorry to bother you if I'm making
No,
you
no,
talk.
no
You didn't
bother.
want to.
I'm just listening and absorbing.
Who on here's going to Vail?
I am.
I am, my husband and I'm.
Okay. Dave and I will be there too, so that's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
Who else
I
might be going?
I'm pretty
Janet
sure.
is also going.
Who?
Janet Bukowski, she's in my group.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going. My husband and I are. Yeah, we're excited.
It'll be good. I think I might have met, I know I've met Hillary and Barb, but like, I don't know if I ever met you yet or not, Janet, because I can't see your picture.
Oh, sorry. I can turn my
That's
camera.
okay.
Just I have a cold and but yeah, here this is me. It doesn't look anything like my profile though.
They were in Orlando. See,
Oh,
she was the
yeah.
one I was talking to outside the event.
Oh yes.
That's right.
Stacy, is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I
Yes,
remember
I
now.
met you. Yeah. I'm talking to Kelly. Yeah.
Well, Izzy's going too. And Tina, do you want to come on? Are you being shy?
What about Punta Cana? Who's going there?
There she is.
Always.
Hi, Tina.
Hi.
You're going to Vail, right?
Yes, I am.
And hubby's going?
Maybe that's still an if,
Okay.
depending on work, but yes.
You want to tell us real quick about the cruise? You went as well, right?
Yes, the cruise was very nice. Loved it. Ready to go again.
I love your tan, Tina. I'm so jealous.
I know, the sun. I love the sun. It helps.
What was the best part of the cruise?
The best part, the boat. Being on the ship, because I've never been on one. So,
Oh, your first time?
yes, my first time. So it was great.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you like it?
Yes, I loved it.
So unlike Eartha, you're not sure if it's for you. You're pretty sure you like cruises.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll go on
Okay.
another one. One or
Okay.
two, three, maybe. Any chance I could get. I'm pretty sure.
It sounded
So,
like the activities were great and the food was good, right?
yes,
Not to mention knowing all these cool people.
I know. I know. There was a lot of a lot of new faces and
Did you hang out with Michelle?
yep. Michelle and Richard were our neighbors. So yeah,
Oh, fun.
yeah. So we
And you
did,
had a
Oh,
balcony.
Rich is going to Vail too.
yeah.
Who?
Michelle's husband.
Oh,
Both of them are
Michelle's
going to
going.
Vail.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
Michelle's going.
Is Cam going?
No,
No, she's
no.
unable to.
Okay. Wasn't there one more person on your team, Barb, that's going?
I had Kendall looking at it, but she just started and doesn't have enough points, and the price was just a little too much for her right now. So she said next time.
Same with Rebecca. She ended up not going. She's going to go to Branson's perhaps for her incentive trip. Cool. Who's going? Lori, you want to come on, Lori, and ask your question?
I was just curious who else going to Vegas, and if you're not, I think you should sign up.
I love your question. I love it. I'm going to convention. Who else is going?
I'm going.
I'm going. Randy, you're going?
I'm going, yeah.
Yay!
Yep.
Yay, Randy.
I
I'm
want to
going,
go,
but I don't know
but
who
it's
else.
so hot in July. Why they gotta do that in July there?
We just stay inside the whole time. You just go to the
Yeah.
convention center and you stay there. That's
This
what we did
is
last
true.
year.
I would be in the pool or
Yeah.
inside in the AC the whole entire time.
That's what we did last year, and that it worked. So yeah.
I just
Pool or-
remember being in the pool with Lori and Janet and
2 years ago.
Yeah, the railing going down to the pool was so hot I burned my underarm.
Oh my gosh.
That was you, me,
That
and
hot.
Sarah and Janet. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
I'm
that
going to
was bad.
suggest they pick a cooler environment when we go in July for conventions and a warmer environment when we do the wintertime conventions.
That's an excellent suggestion, Stacy.
All right, guys, well, we can wrap it up if nobody has anything else, but thank you guys so much for joining and sharing and being a part of our amazing team. And it's just so exciting. We're growing.
I'll maybe mention something too. So if you guys are booking world tours, think about bringing a prospect with you so that they can experience the culture here that we have with Trevorium, and you can utilize your points, and you never know, you may have a brand new partner after one of these world tours.
That's a great idea, Sarah. I'm booking the Hilton Head and taking one of my friends, Cindy, with me. I'm trying to get her to join before then, but we'll
Same
see.
here, Stacy. Same here.
That's
Been
awesome.
working on it. My bestie.
That's what I recommend is the Hilton Head one too, because it's a women's retreat. Yes, it would be nice if guys could come if they're like Randy, you can't bring anyone, but I think it's a great time to show them that we're also, a Christian-based company. But definitely the Hilton Head is one that you should think about trying to invite a friend along.
And another thing is if you've got a teammate who says they want to build and they just, haven't really gotten started or whatever, taking one of your teammates, especially if they're fairly new and don't have their points. I did this last year in Jamaica. I brought one of my teammates and we halved the fee, for the world tour, and she got so excited about the company and the culture. So if you want to build someone's belief up, definitely a brand new person or a new prospect.
Did she join?
She already joined, but her belief was not up.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened to Daphne when I brought her to Lake Tahoe. And she's just getting there. I've been dripping on her, and she's not my first line, but I've gotten to know her so well. We're like friends. We just laugh. I get on the phone and I laugh with her. It's great. So I tried to get her to Vail, but she was thinking about going to Prague for $1, and we were joking that she's going to book it and I'm going to be her +1, and we're going to split the cost. It was $1. So we were laughing so hard. And then it sold out. So we got to come up with plan B.
I think there's some Dubais that are $1.
Yeah, but the flight to Dubai, isn't that a crazy flight versus the flight to Prague? Sarah, you're going to Dubai, right, at the end of the year?
Lord willing. We'd love to have as many of you guys possible to come with us. I think it's going to be in November.
Oh, really? Not December?
That's what I heard. I heard November. I heard that you needed to be qualified by October, and then I believe it's going to be in November this year.
On their way to Montana that will further delay their journey. And I am obviously talking about Alex and Spencer.
All right, guys. Well, let's just hang it up for tonight, but thank you guys so much. I know Randy said he wanted to have a topic for next week, but if you guys had specific concerns or topics you want us to cover, this is our meeting, not just, you have the options to choose what we train on. If you have suggestions, we would love it. So,
One quick thing, Hillary, so Randy had mentioned you're gonna show where all the recordings are. Are they all out there now?
yeah, Randy, can you share your YouTube?
It's Randy's YouTube. I could probably find it, but
Yeah, it's just Randy Rogers on YouTube. You'll see me. And they're all listed there.
perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I plan to type up some notes too, and if I get that done, I'll share that with you guys next week.
Sounds great.
Awesome.
I just want to let you guys know the way I discovered Randy. It really wasn't through Sarah. I don't know if Randy knows this or not, but
I do know this.
I was flipping through YouTube. He used to do amazing podcasts, guys. He used to interview people and all that. And
I do.
I found him
Oh,
and
that
I
one you could
just
put away. I'm gonna
I
use
just
this.
reached out to him, and that's how I met Randy. And then I found out that he's friends with Sarah. So yeah, it's really cool.
That's funny. Cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna stop the recording and